I was passionate since 18 years old about wellness, nutrition, and clean living. I was going through a real health awakening. Not only be a food brand, but I would say a lifestyle.
Myriam, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Antoine, for giving me this opportunity.
Myriam, you had a very interesting career. You worked at big tech, you worked at big consulting firms, but you still decided to start your own business. I'm just curious, why did you do it?
Well, that's a very good question. Indeed, my background is finance, and I came from the corporate world, and I spent a few years in investment banking, working for one of the biggest firms. But Antoine, something was missing. I was passionate since 18 years old about wellness, nutrition, and clean living, and I realized I really wanted to make a real impact, to build something that reflects my real values. So I left Deloitte, Microsoft, and the banking world to launch my own company, Holy Blends. I would say it's not only my company, it's my obsession, honestly, and my love for functional and healing foods. And to be honest, when I started Holy Blends in France, I was very frustrated at that time because there were no clean labeled nut butters or granola or even snacks that met my standards. And I'm a total clean freak. When it comes to what goes into my body, every ingredient matters, and from how it is sourced, from to how it makes me feel. So that is why I started my own blend in my own kitchen at that time, using functional ingredients that support gut health, hormones, energy levels, and skipping all the junk.
I'm curious, how do you go from doing something in your kitchen to scaling it up and building an actual company?
Well, I mean, having those ideas and starting from scratch didn't came like suddenly. Before developing my product, I traveled a lot. I was tasting, researching, trying to understand and discover the best health foods across the world. So from the farmers market in California to coffee shops in Copenhagen. I went to remote villages in Japan, in Okinawa Island, where, the people live past 100 years old. And I interviewed them, and I was going to each coffee shop in the city I was traveling in, asking the chef, asking the staff, what is it done? What are the ingredients? What is the concept behind it? So what are they doing right that I can bring back to France and make it accessible? So it took me a few years to actually develop my products and my recipes out of passion, to be honest. So yeah, to answer your question, I this whole journey led me to launch Holy Bands, and I don't know if I really actually explain what Holy Bands is, but it's basically a line of nut butters and functional foods that are not only super clean in terms of labeling and nutritional value, but they are sugar free and extremely tasty. I wish, Antoine, I can send you some of my butters to Canada.
I mean, Miriam, I gotta ask, is there nothing in the market like you've been around, you've checked a lot of different places, obviously, and you're telling me that back in France, nothing was up to your standard because was it a question of pricing in the market? Was it a question of accessibility, or did it just not exist? Like, why did you feel like this was a real need? Because that's a building an entire
Yes.
company is a big task, so you gotta be very determined to do it.
That's an excellent question, and this is actually my value proposition, Antoine, because I would say that the what was missing is the quality of the product and the fact that all the products are standard. And I wanted the product to be personalized. By this, I mean that today, in whole events, we have subscription boxes, okay, where people can personalize their blends according to their mood and their health conditions. So, for example, you feel inflamed and drained, you will go for our golden butter that is packed with anti-inflammatory spices like turmeric and ginger. If you need like some hormonal support or emotional comfort, you will go for our magic chai that has adaptogen plants like maca and ashwagandha. And I also have like one that is from my Moroccan origin called Argan elixir that is made with pure Moroccan argan oil. So our products are not the usual food product you see in the shelves, meaning that it's made for everyone. No, it's actually adapted to all the health conditions, meaning whether you are diabetic, gluten-free, vegan, or you have hormonal imbalances, but you can pick and choose within the line.
That's
So
amazing.
yes, it's more about preventive and personalized health, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
I mean, it's also the right time because a lot of people are conscious nowadays about what they're eating because
Mhm.
of mass production. Right now, we don't know what's in the food, and so a lot of people are asking more questions, reading the labels. But I gotta ask you, if you're building your own brand from scratch, it must be quite difficult to market it, right? Because you're competing with
Yeah.
these gigantic brands. Although yours might be better, tastier, people don't tend to just change their habits. So how do you convince them to try something new, something different?
You know, Antoine, it was one of my biggest challenge, to be honest, because I am actually still now taking care of the marketing myself. And I built it from scratch. I didn't have the finances. So my only marketing channel was Instagram. And my first client came from Instagram. So I was like, you know what, Miriam? Don't be too scared of all your big competitors that are in the market since years, simply because we are not targeting the same people. My clients are healthy people that they know everything about health. They are super educated, but they want more. They want to go beyond their basic nutritional needs. So when I realized it, when I convinced myself that my clients will never be the same as my competitors' clients, I was completely 100% focused on them. So these actually helped me the marketing when I was drafting and just writing all the messages, the value proposition, and sending newsletters, building my stories and my posts on Instagram. I was targeting them. I was targeting gut issues. I was targeting hormonal imbalances like endometriosis and PCOS. And actually, this helped me a lot to not only get clients but get loyal clients because they were coming back all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you know your market. You don't need
Yeah.
to target the entire planet because,
Exactly.
yeah, I mean, if people really care about their health, they will look for you. They will look for brands
Yes.
that actually promote healthy ingredients. But in terms of ingredients, let's talk about ingredients. Where are you producing your stuff?
So all my products are made in France, and the raw materials are organic and sourced in Italy. So my ingredients are made of at 80% of cashews and almonds that are sourced from Italy. The rest is there are organic spices and adaptogen plants that you can find in Europe, but most of it is from Europe. Yes. Yes.
Mm. That's awesome. I mean, it definitely elevates your brand if you're talking France, Italy, and do you ship like around the world? Do you ship like where are your target clients?
So my 90% are French people. The rest are the closest countries like Luxembourg, Switzerland, Italy, Spain, Belgium, and I would say maybe 5% are in the GCC. But this is also a decision of, I mean, myself not to expand yet to the GCC But I have some like point of sales, like just a couple point of sales just to test out the market. But for now, I mean, not until 2026 because I have another project for Holy Blend. I want my product to stay in France because I have all my clients there. But for the GCC, I feel like I need to rebrand it and to adapt the segment a bit. Yeah.
I mean, this is a region that likes exclusivity, that really cares
Yeah.
about very niche items. I mean, it could be a pretty good market for you as well.
Yes, yes. And for now, to be honest, I'm focused on Saudi Arabia because this is where my heart is and where my next chapter will be, hopefully, if everything goes well. And I don't know if you know a lot, Antoine, about let's say, the Saudi Vision 2030 when it comes to health and wellness. But what is very, very interesting is that Saudi is going through a real health awakening, especially with Vision 2030. The Saudi government is really investing in preventive care, wellness, functional medicine. And in the same time, what's funny is that there is a rise in chronic disease, like you have many people with diabetes, obesity, hormonal imbalances, and the lifestyle is changing very fast because the transformation in the country is really, really going fast. So people want to, have this Western lifestyle, but I mean, having a Western lifestyle comes with the good and the bad. So, and most of it right now, it's the bad, like all the fast food and chains that are arriving in, say, Saudi Arabia. So now people are looking for cleaner and smarter options. And I think that's exactly where Oli Brands will come in.
Yeah, I have to ask, it's been years now. Do you still have the same fire and passion you did the moment you started?
Yes, yes, strangely enough. Sometimes I'm also asking myself, how come you still have the same fire inside you? I think, Antoine, that's because my area is still niche and it's still very challenging. So knowing that you can do so much and that people still have a lot to learn from you, it makes you excited all the time. It's not like if your market is saturated and you need to change and have a next move. But your products are still super niche in France and they will be even more niche in Saudi. So for me, this is very exciting.
I want to ask you about people around you because starting a business, I mean, I know you've had a great career. I mean, your track record speaks for itself, but starting your own business is very different than having a very good corporate job, for example. Did you have people around you helping you, advising you, mentors, someone?
That's an excellent question. I have a couple of mentors here in Saudi Arabia. They are actually French like me, living here for years. I have a couple of mentors that helped me build like a couple of projects here in the country. Back in France, honestly, I was working alone by myself. I was my only mentor, and I would say that I got inspired by many entrepreneurs around social media that started the same food business in their own countries and that started alone and stayed actually as like a lone founder for at least 5 years. And it inspired me so much that I was really working 24 hours, 7 days a week without even feeling it. And today, what is different is that if I really want to scale to Saudi Arabia, I will not only need mentors, but I will need investors. Yes, yes. Passionate investors, hopefully.
Did you start looking?
A bit, not a lot, a bit. I still need to work on my business case or my business plan for the new range of products. But I have a couple of people in mind that can actually support me for this new project. And honestly, people have been so welcoming, so open-minded, and very keen on investing in, let's say, innovative concepts that I'm not sure I'm gonna find it hard to find someone, but still, you need to grow your network, as you may know. And yeah, yeah. So this is something I'm working on, but this is one of the hardest part. Yeah, yeah.
Miriam, I want to end with this. What's your next big milestone for Holy Blends? What's the thing you're waiting for?
Yeah. I would say that I really want to make an impact in people's lives, not only in terms of health and wellness, but I want to educate them. And when I arrived in Saudi Arabia, I not only I saw that many people are suffering from chronic disease, but they are actually open to learn and to try new stuff contrarily to France, where it's already established and people know already a lot. My next big milestone for Holy Blends would be to have kind of a sub brand that would expand in the GCC and offer the cleanest product in the GCC. And hopefully, if this succeed, I would love to have my own place, open my own physical place that would not only welcome all the products from all events, but like have like wellness hub, where you can not only eat but also learn and educate yourself, do some exercise, yoga, and maybe reach out to local brands that can, help local entrepreneurs in Saudi. And like for me, like the biggest milestone for Holy Bands would be to not only be a food brand, but I would say a lifestyle. Yeah.
Miriam, I love your passion, your ambition. It was really great talking to you. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Antoine. Thank you very much.